Alright guys, so as you can see, we're in my room right now, and that is because we are getting ready for this road trip. I don't need to bring a lot of stuff. We're just going up for a 3-day weekend that we have. But since it's me and Victoria who are going up, we're gonna have kind of a little bit of stuff. So I'm sure it's all gonna fit in there, but we can just see what it looks like because I also still have my two 12-inch subs in the trunk, so that takes up a lot of space, but I don't think it's gonna be a problem. This is all I got packed, is this IKEA bag, this laundry, and then my backpack. So I don't exactly have a lot of stuff, but you guys will come along with me as we go for this road trip. So let's see how long it is. I'm pretty sure that it's 2.5 hours to get there from here. Let's see how many miles it is. 161 miles. So round trip is about a little over 300. We also might stop somewhere if we need to get like food or something. So we can assume a little bit over 300 miles. So not a crazy long trip. If some of you guys have seen one of my older videos that I posted, I did a 1,000-mile road trip, and that went pretty well. I was actually able to go the entire 500 miles one way on one gas tank and then 500 miles on the way back on one gas tank, but I was literally running on fumes. Also real quick, if you notice a difference in the camera quality, I hope, I have a new camera now that I'm recording on, so no longer using the iPhone to record anymore, so hopefully things like the audio and the video and stuff should be a lot better with this camera, but you'll have to let me know if you notice a difference. So yeah, whenever you guys see me next, we'll probably be in the car.
So here's our baseline from when we're leaving. We got about 510 miles on the trip odometer, so we'll just be going off of that. And we got a little bit under 3/4 of a tank. So this was actually the snowstorm that we ran into on the way there. And as you can see, we cannot see a thing through this. It was literally snowing so hard. I think at this point we're going like 40 miles an hour on the highway because it's so bad. Now, as you can see, we've caught up with some more people. We're all driving behind this plow truck together. Going like 25 miles an hour on the highway. This was just crazy. I didn't expect it to snow this much, really. And now, as you can see, we're starting to pick it up a little bit. Found some more cars, but still stuck behind this tow truck. Now we finally made it to the house. As you can see, we're on E and the light is on, and we got about 692 miles on the trip odometer.
So we're in upstate New York right now, and we're gonna go shopping and do some fun stuff in the Subie. The Subie, of course. Just got gas.
It's really cold outside, so we'll see how long we make it.
I used to go into Bath and Body Works and buy hand sanitizers with quarters. They like the 5 for $10 deal or something. I actually sat on the floor and counted out quarters, and I gave it to the girl in a little Ziploc, and she said,
I didn't used to buy stuff in person.
"Oh, an online shopper."
I'd order everything on like eBay.
You would.
Which I don't know how I did that if I didn't have a debit card at 16.
Alright guys,
So,
we're gonna head out, but we'll show you our adventures.
So while we were out, I pumped 6 gallons of gas, and we're at half a tank now since getting there, and at 707 miles on the trip odometer.
So we're packing up right now. Still have to wait for the sheets and the towels to get done before we can leave. But we cleaned up the rest of the house, so we're good to go there. And we already packed up the car, so that's also good. We went to Ithaca yesterday, but we didn't really record anything.
was so cold.
It was so cold out, so it's kind of hard to record stuff. I took a couple of videos of the waterfall that we saw, but it's hard to want to pull out the camera when you know that your hands are gonna freeze off. So yeah, we don't really have anything from Ithaca besides that video of the waterfall. I walked around a couple shops, talked to some of the store owners there. So I'm at about a quarter of a tank. I pumped 6 gallons whenever we got here, and I was like super on E, like barely made it to the gas station. Pumped 6 gallons. That got me to a little under half a tank because my tank is 16 gallons. Because I think whenever my light comes on, it's when there's 2 gallons left. So that put us, half would be 8 gallons, so put us a little bit under halfway. Now we're at a quarter of a tank just from driving around. Ithaca's like 20 minutes away from here. Watkins Glen's also like 20 minutes away from here. But went to Salsa's for our anniversary dinner, which is a Mexican restaurant, and it's always so good. I think it's like the most highly rated one around here. We went before, and it was really good, so that's why we decided to go again. So yeah, we probably only drove like 100 miles whenever we were up here and burned about 4 gallons, I would say, so that's pretty good. We're gonna stop at Sam's Club on the way home when we leave here in about an hour and fill up the whole way. And I'll take another video of like what our starting trip mileage is, and then also what my gas level is, which is just gonna be full. And I'll take a video whenever we get back, and we'll see what the difference is there.
Okay, so just pumped 9 gallons of gas. We're a little bit under a full tank, and as we're heading now, we're at 799 miles basically.
Okay, so as you can tell, a little change of scenery. We finally made it back. I think I pumped about 9 gallons whenever we were at the pump, and I came back with a quarter of a tank, so I pumped up till about 3/4 of a tank, and we used half a tank to get back. So the total trip was about 320 miles, which actually isn't that bad. Of course, we did some driving to go to Watkins Glen and Ithaca and stuff, so that used some gas, but I was averaging about 22 to 25 mile per gallon because it's just all highway on the way up there. Even driving around that area of New York is pretty much just all highway. You pretty much pull onto the main road basically anywhere you are, so that helps save some gas, I think. Overall, I don't think the WRX did that bad. I mean, the insulation of the car doesn't hold heat super well, because I know in my Accord that I used to have, you could turn the heat on and it's insulated so well that eventually you turn it down a lot because it's starting to get really hot in there. Whereas in the WRX, we kind of had to leave it on the entire time because I think it just doesn't hold the heat in very well. So that was a minus, but I mean, it doesn't use any more gas or anything to have the heat on, so it's not like it's a big negative or anything. Storage space, surprisingly, I still have to build a new subwoofer box because it takes up so much trunk space. Literally half my trunk is filled up by the subwoofer box, and then I also have a little Subaru sorter thing to put a bunch of different things into. So those things take up a lot of trunk space, so I'm hoping that I can build a new sub box, get some of my trunk space back, because it doesn't need to be as big as it is right now. And then I can also include the amp in there and stuff to also get some space back. But even with that in there, it wasn't that hard to fit. I think I had a duffel backpack and a huge thing of laundry. And Victoria had 2 duffels, a backpack, and a laundry. And that all pretty much fit pretty comfortably in the car, enough so that I could even still see out the back window through the rear view. So it can fit all your stuff in it. Your case would probably be different because you don't have a huge sub box in the back, but it can fit all your stuff for a road trip or something. We didn't have anybody sitting in the back, and I know whenever my friends sit in the back, I move my seat up a pretty decent amount, and I got some tall friends. Cramping 4 of us into that car is a little bit difficult, and if we all had bags and there's 4 of us, there's no way stuff would fit in there. There's been times where 4 of us have gone to the grocery store and it's barely fitting things into the trunk, and sometimes some people have to sit with their stuff while they're in the car, and your knees hit the seat and stuff. So definitely not a tall person friendly car for passengers in the back, but for the case of me and Victoria, we're both just sitting in the front seat, it's not that bad at all. So yeah, I think it did pretty good on gas. We could fit everything in the car, and it wasn't super packed or anything. And since this trip was only 2.5, 3 hours to do. My butt didn't really hurt as it did whenever I took the 1,000-mile road trip. There wasn't that much like road noise either. I think if anything, the like low rumble from my exhaust was more noticeable than just like road noise of driving on the highway. It did suck though on the way there because as you saw, we hit that huge snowstorm and we were literally going like 25 miles an hour on the highway, just following a plow the whole entire time. I was thinking about going around because there was somebody who went around, but then 5 minutes later, we saw his car like up against the guardrail because he must have like tried to go around this little like, there was like a slight turn and he must have slipped and just like went into the guardrail and there was a tow truck picking him up. So I just thought, play it safe, we'll follow the plow and he'll just clear us a path and the people in front of me will like make the tracks I can follow. Everything was pretty comfortable, I mean, can't complain. Even though like the heat kind of leaks out more and you have to leave it on, it's not like we either got super cold and super hot or anything, it was pretty constant. So I don't really have any complaints about it. I think it was pretty good. Even going through the snowstorm, we made it just fine with the snow on the ground, which is kind of a nice thing of having all-wheel drive. We did notice whenever we were watching the weather that a snowstorm could come through, but we didn't have to worry about it because we had all-wheel drive. So all in all, I think this trip was pretty successful. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope that some of the stuff was interesting. I know we didn't record as much whenever we were there just because it was so cold outside. But anyways, thank you guys so much for the support on the channel. You really don't know how much it means to me. Just seeing the channel grow, seeing more of you comment on my videos and stuff, and it's fun to interact with you guys. Whether it's through like questions, things that you guys think I can improve on, or anything like that is always welcome. That's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.